I'm leading the show. Boom. Perfect.
Okay, so boom. Let's talk about balls. Men, we need to take care of ourselves, okay? We need to make sure that our gooch is Gucci and our balls are brisk. And the only way to do that is with our guys over at manscaped.com. They got us covered. Boom, the Lawnmower 3.0, okay? Safe to use in the shower, safe to use on your balls. Nicks are a thing of the past. Leave it there. You don't got to do it anymore. Be safe. Boom, ball deodorant. You know how smart this is? You use deodorant on your armpits, right? Deodorize your balls. Boom, Reviver Ball Toner with pH balance ingredients. Women know what pH is. Why aren't men talking about this, right? pH your balls. Boom, Manscaped travel guards. Boom, Manscaped underwear. Keep it breezy. Boom, travel bag for your balls. Let's go. Stop testing your fate with your testes and taint, okay? Go over to manscaped.com, use the promo code OKSB, save yourself 20% off plus free shipping. It's a no-brainer. Best balls of your life, 20% off, free shipping, OKSB over at manscaped.com. Now let's get back to the show. Okay, so boom. Bro, I love space. Like when I go to bed, right? I don't know if anybody else does this, but when I go to sleep, I love listening to science documentaries. I freaking love it.
For real?
I'm going to get a Carl Sagan tattoo.
Okay.
So with that being said, bro, I just kind of feel like I got to put it out there, bro. Okay, so boom. Aliens.
The big
Aliens,
question,
bro.
right? Everybody talks
Bro,
about
I don't
aliens.
care what. And you know what the best part about aliens? It doesn't matter who you are. You've thought about it. You've pondered it. It's been in the back of your head somewhere. I mean, if you're a damn human, right?
For real.
For real.
You can't look up at the stars and not think that there might be something out in that vast expanse of the unknown.
Looking back at you. Looking
Maybe
back
even
at you.
looking back at you.
Thinking the
yeah.
same thing. What's your take, bro? What do you think about aliens, bro?
So, as much as I'd love to have a fantasy take, mine's more of a realistic. I do think that there are aliens, though.
Putting it out there.
So,
you think that there's aliens.
Let me break it down like this. I'll give you my realist take and then my
fantasy.
my paranoia take.
Oh, shit.
My realist take is, yes, there are aliens, but most likely they haven't perfected interstellar travel because it would be hard as shit to travel light years and light years in between
traveling
space.
dummy hard.
Exactly. But I think that they're probably out there somewhere, probably look way different, but are to some degree as civilized as us on some other planet we've never seen, right?
But just doing their thing.
But have no idea. And they're in the same conundrum. They're like, oh, maybe there's aliens.
But like, how the fuck are we going to get off this rock?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's my realist take, is that there's aliens out there, and that like maybe the government saw a few things that were head scratchers, but nothing that they could be like, let's hide this from the public, and we've got an alien on lockdown in 51 and no one knows, like
right.
that kind of stuff.
That's a big secret.
Exactly. But my paranoia take is that I'm completely wrong, and the aliens do have better technology than us. And that one day I'm going to get snatched up out of the blue. And they're going to experiment on me.
For
That's
real.
my paranoia take.
Because when you hear these other people with these sincere ass stories, it makes you think. Bro, I remember I listened to, I believe it was Fire in the Sky. These super normal, just run of the mill, hardworking dudes, right? Telling a freaking crazy ass story, like a story so crazy they had to make a movie out of it. And I was just kind of like, bro, you know, I'm skeptical when it comes to people telling me things. I'm very skeptical, but at the same time, when I hear a story from a certain somebody, it does make me think sometimes.
Gives you that what if factor.
Bro, it gives me chills because it was like, yo, if it happened to him,
it could definitely happen.
Yo,
to me.
son, he was just going to work. All of a sudden, he had an alien in his butt. Bro, come on. And it worries me sometimes. I'm in 100% agreement with you when it comes to like things out there that are just chilling. I feel like out of all the expanse,
Mm-hmm.
right? I do believe in aliens. Out of all the expanse in the universe, I feel like that is the case.
Mm-hmm.
For like, if I had to just throw it out there, no data behind it, probably 85% of the universe that is sentient is in the same boat as us, right? I get it. I'm here. I'm alive. I see stars. I know that I'm here. So there's somebody else out there, probably.
Most likely.
So I feel like we're in that 85%. But what scares me is that other.
That 15%.
That figured it out and that can actually do something about it. You know what I'm saying?
They got that dark matter travel.
They got that dark witchery, man. Yo.
Scary stuff.
So scary. Because realistically, if they figured it out, what are you going to do?
Exactly.
We're
No
still
power.
we're still
Powerless, too.
arguing about dumb shit.
Yeah,
You think-
we're still having fights over who's what color.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what I'm saying? Am I a guy or a girl?
exactly.
Like, I don't think that we can really fight against an entity.
Exactly. Like, if we're fighting against who's what gender and who's what color, and then Meat Morp up in the sky is fighting for the best laser tech, I'm gonna get my ass beat by an alien. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
That's what pisses me off about people. It's because, like, son, like, aliens exist. So, like, why aren't we, like, preparing for something better than just kind of, like, stupid stuff that we're dealing
Right?
with
Why
here?
aren't we working together to preserve the race? Because at some point, think about it. If the universe is so big that we can't comprehend it, it's so big that there's no way we'll ever be able to fully grasp it, then there has to be other life out there in the same boat as us. And that could mean that to a degree there's tons of life, because we have no idea. There could be tons of civilizations on rocks out there that
Facts.
we don't know about. And of those 100%, 85% probably like us, but that 15%, yo, they might have figured out how to take over. You know what I'm saying?
And we might be so low key right now that they just haven't
Right?
figured
We've
it
been
out.
flying under their radar, right?
Right. Let's keep acting up, though. Let's keep acting
Keep
up.
acting up.
That 15% is gonna get us. So I grew up in between New York City and upstate New York, right? Polar opposites. New York City is like the metropolis of metropolis. It wrote the standard for cities, and then everybody else, like the rest of New York, is pretty rural, quote unquote. Like, it's pretty country. With that being said, when I look at a galaxy, son, like, you ever look at like what a galaxy looks like, how like it's brighter in the center than it is on the outside? You ever see you see that, right?
Yeah.
So when I look at that, I'm like, hold on, we're looking at things a little bit different right now. I feel like we're looking at galaxies all wrong. We feel like it's empty around us, like everything's dead around us, and be like, okay, that is, I guess, how it is everywhere else. But hear me out. What I'm trying to say is that I kind of feel like a galaxy is its own like state, right? Like, the universe has a whole bunch of countries and then states and then cities and then counties. So what I'm trying to say is that I kind of feel like the galactic center, where there's all those suns in a very short amount of space, when you have all those suns in a close amount, and it's closer together, right? Different star systems are closer, which means that when we're on the outskirts, and if you ever look at Earth, we're all the way out here in the country. Like, if you were to look at the galaxy as like a state, the galactic center is the city, but our location is actually way the fuck out in the country, right? So if we needed to travel to another star or to the city, of course, we're going to be like, yo, that's impossible. We're country bumpkins. We're still riding in horse and buggy, right? But in the galactic center, because information is being traversed so quickly, because they all live and cohabitate so closely together, bro, what's going on in that galactic center? You know what I'm saying? That's like an Amish person that never even came to like a city, just all of a sudden going to New York City. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's totally plausible too, because the way that light works or whatever, with how we look at stuff, we're like a million years behind. Like, we're looking at like an old image, essentially, like a million years before what's actually happening right now.
Because the light travels,
because the light
the
travels
takes
so slowly.
so far.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like when we're looking at a rock, of course there's no life on it because we're looking at it a million years before it happened. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Like we could be staring right at a rock and the scientists could be like, "Ooh, no confirmed life," but it could be living there right now, and we would have no idea.
Yeah. So if I was in charge of anything that had to do with space exploration, I would 1000% just start sending things into clouds, because those clouds are eventually going to turn into suns, and those suns are eventually going to turn into rocks, and those rocks maybe will turn into planets that might be habited. But if we send things that we already spotted as rocks, like you said, you're looking at the past. So by the time that probe gets there, that information gets there, it's done. It's over.
Yeah,
they already lived their life, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if an alien were to look into a telescope and be like, nothing to see here, just a bunch of reptiles shitting in the woods.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just a whole bunch of dinosaurs.
Wait, now you missed the whole shebang.
Yeah, exactly.
We coming. No, my take on aliens, I have two take on aliens. One, I'm 1000% convinced that the Galactic Center is popping. There's so much cool shit happening in that Galactic Center, because that is New York City. That is the epicenter. You know, distances between stars are much shorter. You could travel back and forth. People are talking, bing, boom, boom. They got it going on.
And there's a lot more rocks essentially orbiting those suns at potentially the correct distance to create life. And the fact that all those rocks are somewhat close together, it'd be like hopping on a bus to them at this point.
At this point, right? Because technically they are closer if you look at the Galactic Center. But for us, for them in the Galactic Center, to look at like stuff that might be out here, like, yeah, we made it out here. But for them, it's kind of like you being in Hawaii and being like, oh, I'm popping over here, but are you personally gonna go travel to bumfuck Amazon or Wyoming? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck is in Wyoming, bro?
And they're like, why? There's no reason for them to come over.
There's
here.
no reason. You're so far.
There's nothing we could give them.
They're so far. They already have so much popping in the center. You know what I'm saying? And even if they got to you, would you really culturally even understand? Like, would you even really be rocking
no way
with
to interact?
Would you even be able to rock with what the Galactic Center's rocking with?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing job interviews across the galactic stars, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
What do you have to offer?
There's probably so
Politics?
many things that have got exactly right. How to argue and not ever get anywhere.
Cool. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like if we want to meet aliens, we need to start stepping our game up. You know what I'm saying? I don't really feel like we have much to offer. I feel like we're just doing dumb, boring stuff. And so even if an alien like got some of our like, I don't know, messages, maybe they caught a little bit of like Avengers Endgame. It was like, yo, that was kind of cool. But like everything else, whack. You guys still have politicians? Whack.
You guys still have racism?
Whack. You know, and besides that, bro, aliens, so that's like the physical alien. But I have another theory when it comes to aliens, bro. And this is where it gets kind of like weird, but this is just my take on it. I kind of feel like not all aliens are like us at all.
Oh yeah.
Like I kind
of
feel
they don't have
like,
to be embodied to be a
like not even a
form.
body. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to have a physical mass to have consciousness. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying, bro. So I kind of feel like we keep missing aliens because we expect them to be and act and think and have the same kind of logical Darwinistic, quote unquote Darwinistic ladder as us. So every time we look at aliens, we're always thinking, well, what would I do if I was them? What would I see if I was them? And it's like, bro, what if they didn't even evolve with the same, like, what if they didn't even evolve with competition?
Yeah. And they probably didn't. I mean,
bro, we had a camera death. but we're gonna keep it
The
going.
worst.
So we were talking about the fact that there was, competition. Maybe they weren't even raised on competition. You know what I'm
Maybe
saying?
they were raised in an environment where collaboration is what got them through it. The most key thing would be to collaborate, and that would mean that they would be able to interchange themselves with each other in such a way to help everyone survive, right?
And doesn't that kind of make sense? Like if you're going out into the star systems, right? I kind of feel like how could you possibly balance between the star systems doing all that business and just being so self-serving? And that's what kind of scares me about today's society, is because I love things like capitalism. I think capitalism has done great things for society, and I love individualism, and I love all these things, right? But as much as I love all these things, it kind of begs the question, how much of these things are actually like almost obsolete? Like they're almost holding us back now because
They're earthly things instead of interstellar things.
Right. And when I think about that, I also think about the fact that aliens might not be like us at all. And I think that that's why we keep missing the aliens, because we keep thinking about our own point of view. Like, what if aliens could be something as small as some type of an idea? Like you ever have an idea and then you're like, whoa, this came to me out of nowhere. Bro, what if that was an alien?
What if it just like merged with you? Gave you
Just
that idea.
hijacked your consciousness and was like, yo, this is a motor. And then you're over here like, oh my God,
Whoa.
I know how to make a motor now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, what does it say that Einstein wasn't hijacked by an alien? E equals MC squared. That was an alien in his freaking ear, like E equals MC squared.
And that was the alien explaining to him in a way that he could understand. E equals MC squared in math.
And maybe they'd speak to us in dreams and metaphors because they know that we're so primitive that they need to speak to us in a way that won't completely break us down, but that maybe we could figure it out.
And that's totally possible too, because scientists have just recently found out about there's like a spectrum associated with dark matter, and so we know now that there's multiple planes of existence, like parallel universes, but not in the way that we see in movies where there's like another us living a separate life or whatever, but like just split planes. And it's totally possible that life forms could have evolved in such a way to comprehend and even move between those, and that they're coming down to our level to explain shit to us so that we don't die, because it's in their best effort to help everyone out. You know what I'm saying?
Because they've so moved beyond the whole
Exactly.
I'm here for myself.
Exactly.
And that makes a lot of sense. Like if you were an alien person, right? The only way, like, do you talk to your dog like a regular person? Well,
No,
some
talk to your
people
dog
might.
like a dog.
Some people might, right?
Yeah,
but you
true.
talk to a dog the way that you could, and you talk to a dog through emotion, right? You talk through a dog through emotion. So what if aliens are talking through us through creativity and ideas and metaphors, similes, and all these other things that we think that is like our own ideas,
Our own inspiration, right?
but it's actually, bro, that's the language of the alien.
And
know
we're
what I'm saying?
we're gradually gaining an understanding.
Yeah.
We're evolving up to that level.
And we're just enacting that alien consciousness, and we're just manifesting. You know what I'm saying?
And maybe the pollution problem, the global warming, is a lesson to give us grasp on what can happen if we're disrespectful to the natural elements and environment, right?
Yeah. Because to a higher being, I feel like Earth means way more than us. It's a way more valuable asset. Like, who are we? You know what I'm saying?
We're just another organism in a plethora of many, not only on our planet, but across the solar system and stars, right?
Right. And when we think about aliens, because we're only thinking about good, right? And this is where I'm going at with this next. I feel like as long as there's good aliens, because there's never one in the universe, never, ever has there just been one. So if there's good, there's bad.
There has to be bad.
So I feel like right now there's a battle between these higher dimensional aliens that are talking to us. There's one that are hijacking and talking to us to do good things. But then there's the ones that are talking to us to do bad things. And this is why I think this is. I think that there's groups of aliens that are terraforming. The same way that we would go to terraform a planet, but except make it with more oxygen instead of nitrogen and do all these things, right? To make it habitable for them. I feel like there's bad aliens that literally are hijacking us humans to terraform the energy, like the spiritual energy on Earth to be more chaotic and more bad.
So this more suitable for them.
And that's why you're seeing so much discourse. Ancient texts might call them angels and demons, right? And I'm not totally against that because I do believe in religious texts. But what I'm trying to say is if I were to connect it to alien beings, I would say that demons are just people and they want to come onto this earth. They want to, go, you know what I'm saying? But you got to terraform first. You can't just come up on here. You know what I'm saying? With all this righteousness going on. You need to make people blasphemous. You need to make people bad. So that way you could actually walk around. You know what I'm saying? Without your oxygen mask, quote unquote.
We're doing a survey around the country on the way population handles themselves and speaks and deals with their friends and interact with